So, Reverend Claudia, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, thank you. I'm thrilled to be here with you, and it's so good to connect with you live, Robert. Yeah,
Good,
yeah.
welcome. So, all right, folks, and I put a YouTube link here on the screen. You can't click that and go. You'll have to write it down. But just remember, Spiritual Living Nashville. Reverend Claudia is the senior minister at the Center for Spiritual Living Nashville. This is their YouTube page, and you can catch up on a lot of her recent talks and stuff there. And it's a great way to touch base with Reverend Claudia. So. All right. Seeing as how it is kind of a midday version of this program rather than morning or evening, we're just going to jump right into it. I'm really grateful you're with us today, Reverend Claudia. As I kind of said in the setup, right now, connection for me feels so much more
Yeah.
than, and I'm changing the languaging. Uh, I'm doing my best to no longer say in these interesting times. Uh, I'm talking about physical distancing rather than social distancing because there actually seems to be a resurgence in social connection,
Mhm.
just not too close to each other,
Mhm.
right? But the point of this whole thing is to share a little bit what's in your heart, what's in your prayer requests, what's been the work you've been doing in consciousness during this experience.
Yeah. So it has been an interesting experience. I mean, anyone who's a minister and serving a church community, we're so connected with the Sunday experience, and many of our centers have already launched online online connections, um, and so I'm viewing it as this opportunity for our center to do just that. And so it's seeing where the gifts are. Certainly, when any big change comes, there can be that fear, and where is my growing edge? And I think that's been kind of one of the themes during this time, is to be really aware of any constriction or the fears that rise up, and then the willingness to allow it to teach me and all of us, where the growing edge is, where there are, fears, where my disbelief still is in the power and presence and what we say our teaching is. And so for me personally, it is approaching it intentionally, with wonder and curiosity, like, where are the gifts here? Where do we pivot? Where do we be made new in some way? Um, and and kind of a little bit of laughter, lightness, and levity, because we're not always uh, exactly where we want to be. And so it's like, oh, well, that live stream didn't land. You know, like, the audio and the visual weren't matched up, and just kind of going through those things. My highest intention, really is just to be available, open-hearted, and to be a presence for myself, my family, and our community, and to walk through this peacefully. And as I said, with the curiosity and wonder, like, what is this? What is it revealing? What is it showing? Where's the growing edge? Because I don't think there's going to be a going back to a normal. I think I think we go forward, we evolve upward. So I think that's kind of what's up. I'm, here for me in Nashville, and yeah. So that peacefulness, the knowing and the blanketing, though, for we do have members in our community that that are struggling and have had some health issues. So when you can't connect the way that we're accustomed to, that's challenging. And then we remember it's all in consciousness, and that we do our best to reach out in different ways. So blessing all of those individuals everywhere that are having some sort of challenge or struggle, whether it's health or financial during this time. And I think undergirding all that is that peacefulness and that faithfulness, that all is well.
Mm. Yeah, I've been reminding myself a lot of that lately. All is well, and
Mm-hmm.
you speak to a really great point. And I'm going to ask anybody that's listening, put it in the comments. What's the growing edge that's emerging within you right
Mm-hmm.
now? What's that growing edge that wants to be revealed? And I also love how you speak to, right, we're not going back, folks. There's no back there to go to anymore. What used to be is done, and we are being birthed into a new perspective, a new way of being. And if you listen to a number of the prayer calls that I've been a part of over this, you'll start to hear a theme amongst ministers and practitioners that have been praying with me. We are evolving upward,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's time to get excited about that,
Mm-hmm.
and equally hold the reverence for what is in the moment. So
Mm-hmm.
so this is what we call a share a prayer, folks. Reverend Claudia is going to get us started with a prayer and lead us in. At some point, Spirit will tell her that, yep, you're done. Throw it over to Robert. I'll pick it up and run with it, and we'll finish off the prayer, and then say our goodbyes and head into the rest of the day. So,
All right.
Reverend, as you would, please.
Thank you, Reverend Robert. And so the invitation is to turn within, to begin to turn away from the world of form and appearances, to turn within to the all that is, turning within to source, allowing the body eyes to close if that's comfortable, and to allow an activation of the awareness of the presence of divine mind, of the infinite spirit, of the all that is, that divine intelligence, that one power, that one presence, that light, that love that I call God, that I know to be spirit, that I know to be the extension and expression of goodness, of wholeness, of joyfulness, and of peace. And how grateful I am for this opportunity to pause and connect in the day and to unify in consciousness with this all that is, this spirit, holy and divine, and to know that I live, move, and have my being in and as it, for it is me. And how grateful I am to remember that as I know that God and I are one, spirit and I are one, love and I are one, that my divine identity is revealed to me. And how grateful I am to remember that what is so and what is true for me is true for Reverend Robert and true for everyone who is within earshot and all with whom we pray with and for in this moment, that we connect in this unified field of oneness, and a peacefulness washes over us. I call forth a peace that passes all human understanding, a trust and a knowing that all is indeed well, that everything is in divine and perfect order. I call forth the vision of the Christ consciousness to reveal to me the growing edges and the opportunities to remember even more deeply this divine identity of oneness, revealing to all a perfect peace, an acceptance of wholeness, and a divine right guidance, that each one is guided perfectly, that the way is made clear, that decisions to be made come forth easily and effortlessly, and a placing upon the altar any obstacles or fear, and allowing it to dissipate into the nothingness from which it comes. I am grateful to see healing and wholeness for all of creation, and the new light that is dawning. And that as my eye is stayed focused on this, I see the gifts revealed all around me and for everyone. Something wonderful and magnificent is happening. And it's happening now. And so I'm filled with gratitude and joy for this awareness, for this pause, for this call home into stillness, for this shift from being to being the presence, allowing it to come forth. It is good.
And it is in that vibration of peace, that I feel and I sense rippling out across the entire planet right now. That vibration of peace and light, peace and lightness, encompassing the entire planet, wrapping all of humanity in this strong, strong sense of being cradled by the one. Humanity right now being gently nurtured into a new way of being, into a new experience, opening to new opportunities, opening to new ways of being, opening to a new relationship with God. I see it again and again and again in a resurgence of spiritual practice, of spiritual commitment, a resurgence of people turning within to the consciousness that resides from within. And so I claim for each one here, each one that hears these words, now or at another time, I claim for each one an sense and an experience of absolute unabiding peace. A peace that passes all understanding, a peace that overcomes all worry, all concern. For what I know is I know the truth of God, God as peace, is so much more than any human question or any human worry. And so in this moment, I claim for each one a sense and an experience of letting go of the human for a little while. Knowing that the body temple remains right where it is and will be right there when we return. To set that aside and be in the place of allowing the divine to inform, allowing the divine to inspire, allowing the divine to uplift. And I feel the vibration rising within my body temple, allowing God to have its way, to be its own expression in the world as my life, through my life. And I know that's happening for everyone everywhere, that everyone must be and is already demonstrating the magnificence of God's life. And so I speak this word and I claim for everyone the opportunity, the willingness, that vibration to say yes to whatever comes next, to the growing edge, to the grand vision that is right now revealing itself. And to be in a place of absolute faith and a sense of assurance that everything's working out exactly as it must. that everything necessary for the complete fulfillment of our mission on this planet comes forth exactly as necessary. This is the truth I know for everyone. Each individual all across this entire planet is a wave upon the ocean of evolving consciousness. And I know each one brings a unique set of gifts and skills and talents to this emerging creative age, to this brave new world. And so I know each one as absolutely vital to this evolution, absolutely vital to this new creation. Oh, feel that sense of peace, and I feel the excitement of creation that goes with it. A sense of peace around what is, and a sense of excitement around what is becoming, of what is emerging, of the grand truth that is revealing itself here this day. One human family working in concert to bring forth nirvana,
Yes.
to bring forth a grander and more glorious expression of God's life on this planet than ever known before.
Yes.
And so I am absolutely grateful. Grateful to be a part of it all, grateful to witness it all, grateful to be and allow God to express through my little humanness. For I know that it is not I that is doing this work. I know it is God that is doing this work through and as my life. I know it is God doing this work through your hands, through your voice, through the voices in the hands of everyone everywhere. And as we all come together, rise up in community, in one human family, I know all is well. And so I am grateful, grateful to know God's got this. Grateful to know that as I get my bloated little nothingness out of the divine circuits, God's magnificence pours forth into form. And so, with that grateful heart, I release this word into the law that has already said yes, that is already manifesting this truth, and I let it be. I breathe easy, knowing God's got it. And so I affirm this truth by just simply saying, and so it is. And so it is. Thank you for being with us here today, dear ones. Midday edition of Morning Evening Prayers. If you'd like to get your prayer request in my prayer book, or would like to have your prayer shared live online, please drop me an email, revbriz@spiritevolving.com. I'll be happy to pray with you. Excuse me. And if you need a little more attention and a little more human connection, by all means, let me know, and we can arrange a phone call for you, specifically a private call. Reverend Claudia, you can again check out more of her stuff over at their YouTube channel, youtube.com/forward splash. Just look up Spiritual Living Nashville. You'll find it. And just about everybody out there today that's working in the gig economy is open and accepting to any contributions you might be able to make, whether it's $1, $10, or 10,000. They're all the same, and we don't want anybody to feel at all pressured about this. We know that a lot of questions are going on right now, so if you're moved and spirit says do it, then do it. And if not, don't worry about it. Just come on again. Come join us again tonight, this evening, 8:15, or tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. But Reverend Claudia, thank you again for being with us. It's so great to see you and so good to pray with you.
Thank you, Reverend Robert. Love you.
I hope you'll come back again. I actually hope this program doesn't last for too long, but I do hope that you'll get a chance to come back again before it's over. Everyone else, thank you. Peace and blessings. I have trained myself for so long to say go forth and prosper, but we're not allowed to go forth. So go within, trust and know you are loved. We'll see you again soon. Peace and blessings.
Bye.
Bye now.
Thanks.